speaking of Bubbles, Bubble 2005, directed by Steven Soderbergh,
Who's
written
that?
by Coleman Hoff. I don't know how to say his name.
Steven Soderbergh. He's a guy named Steven. What are you talking about? Who is that? It's a fucking
Did
guy
he
named
make like a
Steve.
big famous movie after this?
He made a bunch of
Oh.
he made a bunch of famous movies before this. So basically, Steven Soderbergh is one of the biggest independent filmmakers of the last 35 years or so. So his first movie is called Sex, Lies, and Videotape. It's James Spader, Laura San Giacomo,
Everybody,
Andy
you don't need to go into
McDowell.
this amount of detail.
But this is what I'm going to do very quickly. So his first movie won Sundance. Okay, it was like the big breakout Sundance movie. It was a big giant hit. Then he made very experimental films and some crowd pleasers, but he made a movie called Kafka. He made a movie called Underworld, King of the Hill, yada yada. Then he was
What's her fucking name? The Underworld movie? That's awesome.
No, this is the Peter Gallagher Underworld movie that no one's ever heard of. And then
Oh.
he did a reinvention when he made this movie called
No, that's less awesome.
he made this movie called
Much less
Schizopolis. And Schizopolis was his first reinvention. It was a low budget movie starring himself.
He also did the Ocean's 11 movies.
Well, this is before that. So he made Schizopolis, low budget, starred himself, starred his friends, has his ex-wife in it. It gets like, it reinvigorates his juices. Then he makes The Limey, Out of Sight, Traffic, and Aaron Brockovich in the same year. Is nominated for Best Director for two movies in the same year.
Aaron Brockovich?
Yes. And then he
Jeez.
made
Brenda
the Ocean's 11, Full Frontal, which was a huge misfire. And then Bubble is his second reinvention. And Bubble is this little tiny movie. I don't know how much it costs. Maybe $1 million. I think it cost $1.5 million.
Cost $1 million,
actually.
something.
1.5 million. I don't know. He must have pocketed a lot of that budget. There's a
Nice.
lot of
Money
money
laundering.
not on screen because maybe the actors were paid a lot. The movie stars, non-actors. These are totally unprofessional actors. They never acted again. It was shot on high definition video. It was released in movie theaters, on demand, cable television, and DVD, all within about a week of each other. And the reason why I wanted to do this movie is because this little movie is sort of the template of its release became common afterwards. Like there had been many DV movies, there had been movies shot digitally like Attack of the Clones, but this weird little movie, this director who won an Oscar for Best Director. I don't even remember if it's Traffic or Aaron Brockovich. It could be either one. But it was this weird little movie, and at the time it was like nothing, and no one really talks about it anymore. But this is like totally common now. Movies come out on demand in theaters.
Yeah, the model, like the release model is
all the
kind of
time
was, like,
now.
innovative about that. But this is also like this was like when mumblecore shit was happening.
Yes.
When did he film it?
Like a big director did a mumblecore movie basically, and like made this. In my opinion,
Yeah.
this movie's awesome.
2005.
Yeah, because here's the reason why you think this movie's awesome on the mumblecore crap, because the main character sounded and looked like you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand half of the word. I didn't know what was going on.
I don't know, Martha.
What?
I don't know, Martha.
Articulate.
You're talking about the three characters in the movie. We got Martha. She's your standard midwestern lady.
How old?
Middle-aged.
Right? How old is she supposed to be? Probably like 45?
40, pushing maybe older. She's got red hair. She's curvy. She's wide.
Juicy.
She's juicy. She's lonely.
She's a BBW.
Her best friend is her coworker who's like 22, 21.
Kyle.
Yeah, this dude, Kyle he's got a sick ass life and he's got an awesome best friend.
What is mumblecore?
What is mumblecore?
Yeah, in like the movie.
Oh, well, I just mean like, well, I think honestly using like unprofessional actors and shooting it. Yeah, it's not low budget. I don't know. It's interesting. It's
Mumblecore
like a
uses actors though. Those people are
He could have
actors.
because he could have just put
I think
mind
Mumblecore.
on them. What
I
mics
think
did they
Mumblecore's like
use?
ultra low budget filmmaking. This is
I
just like
think
interesting
Mumblecore
because
uses improv, dramatic
sure,
improvisation, and
yeah, it can.
finding the scene more.
But it's I don't know. It's like kind of mumblecore adjacent, I guess. But because like that's what makes this movie really interesting. It's like this really established master like filmmaker
But don't
making
forget, he is a
this
sun. He Sex Lies and Videotape is the Sundance. He is the Sundance guy, more so than Tarantino, more
Sundance
so than
Kid. You
anyone.
could have so easily said the Sundance Kid.
That's a cliche.
You should have said the Sundance Kid.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Guy. That's a cooler title, much cooler title.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a guy, like yeah, that actually sounds better. The Sundance
sound
guy.
good.
I don't think he is a. He's not so much a master filmmaker. He's a master at making movies. I'll say that. But he doesn't.
He also directed or shot and edited this movie.
He loves to make little experimental movies, and he just churns them out.
Yeah, he's just playing.
He's not interested in making Marvel movies. I mean, he's sometimes not even interested in making good movies, it seems like.
Yeah, all Ocean's 11. What are you talking about?
You don't like the Ocean's 11 movies?
I mean, I do, but they're not
my
like
favorite.
They're not art house films. That's his
Yeah,
Avengers. That's his Marvel. That's his.
Oh,
you said he's not make. Yeah, William said he's not doing that. Yeah,
well,
he did.
Ocean's 11 movies are like cool movie star movies. Marvel movies are like, I wouldn't call them cool movie star movies. No, they're not cool movies. They're like corporate, like products that a couple of them have movie stars in them.
Pretty cool.
And Ocean's 11's like that was like a big fucking movie where it was like all of the Hollywood stars were in this, and it like defined like an era of like Hollywood cool. You know what I mean?
What about Ocean's 10?
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yet.
This is the original Ocean's 11.
Together, we need to write Ocean's 10.
There's Ocean's 8
on this.
See,
that's a cool script to spend like 2 years on.
I was so confused when Ocean's 8 came out, the female version, because I was like, why didn't they do 10? And I realized they want to do 8 because they wanted to do a trilogy, 9 and 10, Ocean's 9, Ocean's 10. They were so excited.
They did 8 for the women's one because they get like 80% less pay. So they're not going to go straight to 10. Go to 8. They're like, yeah, we can only afford 8 women.
Yeah, makes sense.
And also, did you know Julia Roberts was CGI? She just wore a mask for 3 different characters.
Julia Roberts is in Ocean's 11.
Yeah, and she wore a mask in 8 for 3 of the Lucy Liu. That was Julia wearing a mask.
He did not direct that movie. I don't want to confuse the audience. I think he directed Ocean's 8. But anyway, Steven Soderbergh.
We knew that. We are, just for the audience knows, we all knew that.
It's interesting for him to make this movie bubble, to work with unprofessional actors. You got Martha, you got Kyle. They work together.
It's a bold thing, you know.
They get donuts in the morning. They have a little chit chat. The movie's shot digitally. It has like good photography though. Each shot is like intentional.
Yeah.
Very smart direction and smart cinematography.
And then they're having a little morning conversation and they're saying like, we need to get more help. It's too much work, right? We need more help. Martha's going on and on about like, we need help. Well, Martha, your worst nightmare came true because the next day Rose shows up. And she's a young woman, and she basically takes control of Kyle
immediately.
Like that.
Which is easy to do because if you noticed, Kyle was the only person his age in that town. Like that's all it would take is just somebody his own age.
I don't think she takes control of him. I think
Yeah, I mean
She takes
she takes
control of him.
control of his attention at least.
Yeah, come on, you want to have a cigarette? You want to smoke?
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
go.
cancel all my routines to go and smoke with you in the other room. Bye, Martha. I assume
how
that's
could he
what he
do that to
said,
Martha?
but I couldn't hear what he was saying because he was just freaking mumbling.
Martha is now. Here's the question: is Martha in love with Kyle?
No, she's protective.
She's just a
And
good friend.
yes, she is. She might think there's something there.
It's a weird. It's a weird kind of love because she's so much older. It's not like she is protective, and maybe he is her best friend, and maybe it is. Maybe she just wants platonic friendship. But
You know, something I noticed in the church scene, you know, that scene where it's like you see Martha at church and then it kind of does this like expressionistic
They do
thing
it
where
like 3 times throughout the movie.
it
Yeah.
shows her, she's in like a crowded church at a service, and then it shows her, like cuts to her, she's like alone in the church, and then the lighting gets kind of dramatic and zeroes in on her and stuff.
the blue light turns on her face.
And but in the background of that is like a picture of Jesus. You know who Jesus kind of looks like? This fucking guy,
Kyle.
Kyle.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think that that's kind of what it was
Well, she's crazy.
connecting. She's not crazy. She's cool as hell.
No, she's
She's
just
totally
like
nuts, dude.
loopy,
She's just strong. You're just afraid of strong women, right?
delusional.
Well, she has visions and she has these moments where she essentially like blacks out and doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, Rose asks Martha to babysit for her on Saturday because Rose has a 2-year-old kid or something like a toddler. And then Martha goes, well, I guess before this, first she goes with her to
Oh right.
a house where they go cleaning, where like Rose has a second job where she cleans.
And she's just in the bathtub.
She's in the
Yeah. She's like,
bathtub.
oh, I take my back
That
really hurts.
that
And so
shot
I'm
though
taking a
was
bath. And Martha's like, oh, I see. And she like hears this kind of like kind of sympathetic story from Rose about why her like back hurts. She can't like pick her
yeah,
kid up
she's
and stuff like that.
charming.
And so, but then Rose goes back and tells Kyle, because Rose is watching Kyle and, or fucking Martha's watching Kyle and Rose like hit it off. And she's like, fuck, I'm working on this guy. This is my, you know, he's my man.
I've been working
And
on
then,
him for 15 years.
yeah. And then she's playing a long game.
That
But
long doll warehouse gang
she
game.
she tells Kyle about it. She's like, and she took a bath. And it was, she just is like, she kind of like tries to throw her under the bus a little bit.
Well, she's
Does
duplicit.
it work?
Rose is now it's like, is Rose duplicit or is Rose getting ahead? And we don't know
this is
what
the
she's
thing.
up to yet.
Yeah,
And
so
this is
you
our
do,
one of our first impressions of her as a character.
there's an important scene before she finds her in the bathtub. It does a close pan across the dresser, and there's this beautiful gold watch
Yes.
sitting on the dresser. And then it cuts to the bathroom scene, and she's like, "Yeah, I got a bad back, blah blah blah." And she's like, "Okay, that's weird. I was gonna ask." And then when she babysits, Rose is wearing that. She's wearing that gold watch.
Yes, she has a
Yeah, you
beautiful
find
new
out
gold
she's
watch.
like
So you're
she's
like, oh,
like a
she's
kleptomaniac,
she's
basically.
a thief. Yeah, well, a thief,
Like a
yeah.
compulsive thief.
No,
Well,
she's
a thief is a thief.
she's a calculating thief like Danny Ocean. She sees Kyle as a mark.
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't get that.
Yeah, no, that's all she
come
did.
on.
That's
Okay,
it.
so
That's the whole plot.
the first scene, okay, so they go on their date and they're talking, and she's like, so, I'm always trying to get ahead, but I never have enough money. She's like, are you saving any money? And he's like, yeah, I'm saving some money. I got, she's like, oh, where are you keeping it? He's like, oh, I keep it in a drawer. And then she's like, oh, you want to go to your house and we could spend more time together.
Dude, it's the most. This guy's an idiot.
That's a kleptomaniac. That's kleptomaniac shit, I think.
No, yeah, but it's sociopath. Like
She's
it's
Danny
planned,
Ocean.
It's meditated.
Cool.
She's George Clooney.
Cool.
She's Robin. She's making deals, dude.
Dude. All right, that's fair. I guess I didn't pick up on that. Well, the movie's kind of doing this thing. It's like very simple scene
Adam,
progression
you would be
and stuff.
such a mark. You're the mark,
Yes.
dude.
Yes.
Adam is the mark.
Oh,
If
like
anybody's
you
listening,
like knew what was going to happen before it started happening or whatever.
Yeah, she was basically saying
She has the watch. There's a
True.
shot of the watch. It's like
they show that it's obvious she steals. She was in the bathtub on the clock at somebody. Yeah,
But the movie does this thing of like where
it's pretty obvious.
you think Martha, it's like you're watching like real people, so you think Martha is kind of being like this weird person.
you think she's judging Rose, and that
Yeah.
Martha
And that
is
she's weirdo.
jealous. It's her
You think
jealousy.
she's the weirdo, but then like
And-
you learn and you're like, God damn, she's like butting in on this like young romance or whatever for these two people, like that have nothing else going on. Then you like slowly realize this other stuff, and then you're like, oh, Rose is like a weird person.
The one scene where they're going to the break room, to the smoke room, it's such a cool scene. The reflection, it like shuts and it shows Martha in the
they're in a
a
smoker's
separate
room
break room.
with
It's
a glass
indoor
door.
smoking room. Yeah.
and then
and it
Martha's just
shuts.
looking at the two of them.
And you can just see her looking through it, and then Rose looks at her and kind of smiles. So
And
that's
looks
when you
back,
know, yeah, that's when you know Rose is fucking like she's kind of winking at Martha, saying like, "I'm gonna fuck y'all over." Arrogant is what it was.
I thought she was like smiling, like, oh, I'm like gonna smile at this weird person. That's
Adam, you are the mark, man. Have you not got grifted yet?
Whatever, man. You're acting like you knew everything that was happening in the movie as you were before.
I
like
didn't,
it did.
but it was explained to us.
It's revealed at the end. So,
But my point about, but we're like really blasting through this movie. My point is that like, my point is though is that like that's let's blast
all the way.
Let's all blast at the same time.
It's a thing. Let's save it for the end. But it's this thing where like that's something about this movie that really works is that it has this very like simple story that's like parceled out or whatever, but it's like colored with like scene by scene. It's slowly parceled out with like character reveal stuff,
right?
And you're learning more as they are learning more about Rose, and each like you're learning more about these characters and stuff. But it's like these.
It's a smooth pace.
So how do you make that like not boring? Is you color it with like unique but universal characters, like performances that are like lived in. They're not necessarily like that like outrageous or whatever, but they're like they're believable and stuff. And then the movie is just like so well directed and creatively shot, and also giving it like kind of
it's so well directed and so well written that you can ignore the absolute god awful acting in every scene, because
you kind of can, honestly. Well, it's not god awful. It's like it works.
Well, here's the thing: the movie would be better with real actors.
You think? I think
it gives it a thing.
I think a big
it definitely gives it a thing.
I agree with that.
No, I agree. It gives it a charm.
It gives it. It's like weird.
The movie,
like it should have been worse.
Hold on. Let me make my point. So then after the date, the Kyle dude is scared to see Martha again in the apartment babysitting. He's like, I'm just going to take off because things were weird before when he showed up and she saw that. So then Rose goes upstairs. She's checking on the kid, talking to Martha. Then this dude shows up and we find out, oh, that's the baby daddy. And he accuses Rose of stealing weed, stealing money.
But he's watching her. He's watching her come home from her date, and you're thinking, "Oh shit, this is like an abusive ex who's going to come over and like."
We think that, but sure, but it's.
But then he comes over
obviously
and.
Martha,
can I just finish my thought? So the scene, I feel
you're
acting
going
is
over
so bad
points that are
in this scene, and would be so much better with a real actor. And this is sort of the weakness of the movie, is that it's.
Cares.
Maybe you could use non-professional actors, but there's something very plain about these actors and characters that I almost feel like it's a little condescending in some parts. I kind of wonder,
fair.
like, because there's like a thing where it feels like guilty rich people made this movie, and there's every scene is about them being poor and like, I wish I had money. I wish I had this. I wish
She
I
wants
could
to go.
do that.
Martha wants to go to Aruba.
But it's just like, none of these people are on drugs. None of these people just like act
Where are you
bad.
from, William?
San Francisco.
Adam, where are you from?
Florida, baby.
Every single one of the characters in this movie I have worked with. That's what me and my girlfriend were talking about. Is like she's from Minnesota.
Why are you asking
I
me
worked
where
at
I'm from?
McDonald's.
And I'm from Iowa.
Why
I
are you
worked at
asking me where I'm
McDonald's.
Why are you
Well,
asking me where I'm from, Ryan? I agree with you.
Yeah, no, I was just
Adam,
asking.
hold on, Ryan. Adam, where are you from?
William, Adam, where you at? Where you coming from?
Where are you from?
Where you coming from?
Just what are you talking about?
Florida.
I
rest,
think William,
Your Honor, I rest my case.
I think
you
William's
are
being a dingus.
Okay,
No, I think
saying
you're right. No, I think
the
that
acting in that scene
just
is
because
weak.
you haven't left the coast.
there's a little bit of a little touch of condescension.
These people
I
have
think,
no
too.
charisma. Rose has no charisma.
But the reason why I think it works
I worked with
in this movie, I think it works.
Those are
because
real people.
Hey, you worked with a bunch of losers. No offense, Ryan.
That's what I'm saying, but that's how they act. Like that.
This is what
it would have been worse.
This is like the
it would have been worse with actors.
The movie is about the weird, like this weirdness of these regular people, and like that's why I think using non-actors works for it. But I do agree that there's some condescension and stuff. It's like kind of was making me thinking like
if they got paid well, there ain't no con.
Just thinking about like Steven Soderbergh being like, I'm gonna make this woman say like, "Ooh, I'm work," or they'll be like, "I'm working 2 jobs," and then the woman's like, Martha's like, "Yeah, I want to go to Aruba," and it's like Steven Soderbergh's probably been to Aruba like so many times.
Yeah,
kind of makes me.
I worked with those people. What I watched is it sounded like he had been in that position. It didn't seem like it was condescending at all. It sounded like he has experienced that. Or
he
met those
have.
people.
I kind of made me think about why it's like appealing to, how like the Manson family like murdered like movie stars and shit like that, like rich Southern California people
by accident. But yes,
I didn't kind of get the appeal of murdering those people because it's like their lives are too sick. Their lives are too awesome. They're too cool. They're like rich, cool, hot. They do all these interesting things. They're like artists and shit. Like these people need to be murdered.
Well,
oh my God.
Oh, I'm saying like I get the appeal. I wouldn't actually.
Well, don't forget Charles Manson
clip that.
Charles Manson, he wanted to be one of them, and he tried to. He was jealous. He wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
And he was having tons of crazy orgies and doing tons of drugs. His life was pretty cool.
Yeah, he had the like sick ass life,
but it's not what he wanted.
That's why he wasn't the Neo that we need.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. In this movie, couldn't there be one person at this factory who was
I don't want anybody
cool to listen, was fun to listen to?
Yeah.
Couldn't there be one guy who was like funny?
Like, hey, what's up? It's me,
just like
Crazy Rex.
Well, no, just like an interesting person. No, everybody's depressing. Everybody's down. I mean, I get it.
You don't know what it's like to be in a plug-and place like that, though. It is depressing. Everything sucks. There's no.
And no one does drugs.
Those are the conversations.
No one drinks on the job, and no one's interesting.
No, the guy is smoking weed. What are you talking about?
He had a poster about it.
He had a San Andreas poster.
He had a sick GTA poster.
I wanted that poster so bad, honestly.
He lived with his mom. Yeah.
Beautiful scene of him coming home with Rose. And you see his mom's home watching TV, and there's this sick ass wood paneled trailer with awesome lighting. It's just like one giant softbox, but it looks like it just looks like a magazine photo.
Yeah,
everything Steven Soderbergh will do like handheld. He'll do like crazy editing. And this movie, for him to just like hold on, I need to like stop all that. I got to go get down to basics. It's yes, it's like the mumblecore movement, but it's also like the Dogma 95 movement. It's like, I'm going to put all these restrictions on myself. I just need to make a movie about a love triangle where a woman is murdered and we just see the aftermath. Because what happens the next day is Rose is murdered and a real cop who I love,
Oh, he's a real cop in real life.
a real homicide detective,
he seemed like it,
is
which
on
is
the
an
case.
interesting. It's an interesting cast.
He's awesome. He's probably the most charismatic person in the movie.
And he's a real cop.
Although I will say, I think Martha is very good. I really like Martha.
My favorite.
She crushes it.
Rose, I kind of feel like Rose. I feel like Rose could have been a little more personable, but Kyle is such a wet blanket. It wouldn't take much to impress this guy.
The argument with her and her baby daddy, there was a scene where she really like hiccuped and like tried to overcorrect, and it kind of really took me out. Yeah, Rose sucked.
I'm Team Martha.
Why, Rose? Why? Why did you ruin the movie?
The guy was like yelling at her, and she was not matching the inner. There was just no chemistry. William's choking
on my vape. Yeah, it didn't seem like they were a real couple. What if they were a real
say that
couple?
out loud? Choking on my vape. That's
choking
good.
On my vape.
What we're gonna. If you would have died of that, that's what's going on your tombstone.
Good.
Choked on his vape.
William Tiny Dongza choked on his vape.
I look forward to my death because I don't know how it's going to happen, and if I die choking on a vape,
know.
That's cool.
Oh, I know how.
How?
Adam, don't act like you and I didn't plot this.
Oh
shit.
What?
Oh, I forgot.
What are you guys talking about? What do you mean?
Nothing. Keep vaping. Enjoy the vapes that we keep sending you.
Enjoy the,
I will.
Enjoy the. Oh shit! Then who's been getting our vapes?
My cat's vaping in the other room with your vapes. Mike, hope it's alive.
Oh man, it only makes cats stronger.
Yada yada
yada. Kills humans.
The detective figures it out very quickly. Martha's the killer.
It was pretty obvious.
Martha is the killer.
It's pretty funny after Rose is killed, how obvious it is that Martha, like, it does this.
It's like a real true crime kind of thing where
there's no like, there's very little like,
there's no double crossing.
Questioning. Yeah, there's no plot like twists after that. You just see like the characters kind of going back to their day and stuff. And Martha starts going to like, she's like pawning shit. She starts going shopping. Gets her hair done.
She obviously did it.
And then she's like,
all the jewelry that Rose stole, got her hair done.
She shows up to Kyle's house with a fishing pole with a bow.
Oh yeah, he said he wanted to go camping, so she bought him all this camping stuff.
Well, it was just a fishing tackle box and a
pretty funny
pole.
That part was genuinely like funny, I thought.
It's like she's also incriminating the hell out of herself.
Yeah, of course.
It's like a bowling. It's like bowling with like bumper bowling for the actors. It's like Steven Soderbergh has created this like narrative.
Yeah,
that's very simple. It's very funny. They don't have to do much, and the movie just moves forward and it works. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes it feel like it makes it seem so simple to be able to, because one of the hurdles of like no budget stuff, or if you're like somebody trying to make something and you have no access to real movie making things and real like actors and stuff like that, one of the hurdles is amateur performances. But Steven Soderbergh makes it seem like it's designed so well that it like the story from a story like whole like standpoint that
it was intentional.
Yeah, like the whole like concept of it is designed so well that it like it makes it seem easy almost.
Sure. But like, what if he went to Chicago and got some stage actors who aren't show-offy, aren't like weird?
What if?
And just were with some experience.
You wish that you were in this movie. That's what is really going
You
on.
seem jealous, dude.
Dude,
You
if
say
me in
I
a
could
fat, give me a fat suit, give me a red wig, I'll
You
be
wanna be
Martha. Okay,
You'd be
and
a
I will
good Martha.
fuck Kyle. He is not getting away from me.
I feel like Rose coming in between you and Adam.
And
Who's
Want
Adam's
my
who?
attention.
You,
Kyle.
Mark?
Adam is Kyle. That's for
Adam
sure.
is most definitely Kyle.
William's
I
been
love.
talking to me, being like,
No, I'm
Ryan
the
seems
I'm that
weird. I don't know
I'm
about
the
Ryan. He's like, I don't know, William.
I love when Kyle's mom gets the job at the end after Rose is killed and Martha's
Yeah,
in
I was gonna
jail.
say I'm Kyle's mom, just drinking at the
Dude,
trailer.
Kyle's mom is
Not
a
half
G.
bad.
What?
Not half bad.
She's got a cool life, just watching TV. Her
She
son
didn't even
comes
get
home.
up when her son brought a girlfriend over or whatever a date. She didn't even stand up to meet her. She's like, "All right, hey,
Yeah,
cool."
she's too chill.
Yeah, she's chill as hell. She's not half bad.
And it's really funny. It was really funny too, the interrogation scene, how like, yeah, she's like a real person who, like, Martha's a real person who like had murdered this person like in this crime of passion.
And
And
she lies to the cop, which is
but
funny.
but she has no idea how to actually like lie. So she basically like is just yeah, she just from the beginning like is immediately incriminating herself and trying to get out of it in the worst way possible. And basically she's like he's like, hey, the cop comes and is like, hey, can you come by the station and give your fingerprints? And she's like, uh, okay. And she basically just walks into jail. She's
Yes.
basically just like led into jail, and she's like, what?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Very funny
Yeah,
stuff.
because she was thinking like maybe if I play along, they won't. That's my best defense is
Yeah,
to. But
which
God,
She's
feels
never been
believable
arrested
for
before.
yeah,
She's
it's believable for somebody like a church Midwest church
yeah,
lady.
right.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Just fucking dumb.
Well, she was
I
looking
mean,
out
that's
for
her
her boy.
character. She would do it. I believe it.
Just kidding. Um,
I mean, look at
yeah.
her
So,
life. What a
but hey,
shitty life. You wake up and take care of your dying dad, and then
No
go
one's
to
going to
a
take care of
weird
him
ass
anymore.
doll factory.
there was some other chick there. He's like
Oh yeah, we
bounced
got to
back
talk about how
immediately.
creepy the doll factory is. I mean,
Yeah,
Why
the
is
doll
there a
factory is
doll
awesome.
factory in West Virginia? Why is there a doll factory? And what year was it supposed to be? I didn't notice any cell phones.
2005.
No, but what was the script set?
2005.
But nobody had cell phones.
I didn't have a cell phone. I had a cell phone in 2000.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
It wasn't like a given.
Even yeah, it just seemed like it was set in the 90s.
Yeah, let's talk about the factory
Because his
stuff
pants too.
the doll shit is very interesting to watch. It's like kind of crazy looking. It's all super creepy. Like you see like Martha is in charge of like making the doll's head and face look right. So she's like putting this like plastic rubber baby doll head on this like little air compressor thing, and it like blows the thing up, and then she puts like the eyes in. That's something that like another good thing for movies to have is like like a very specific interesting process that you can watch, so there's like value in that
Yeah.
for a movie, you know what I mean?
Instead of just being like, oh, she works at a doll factory.
Yeah, it like shows what
You're
a real
actually
doll
showing how
factory is making.
difficult of a shitty job that is.
And a lot of the early
How many
part-
doll
Would it be,
factories
hold
you
on.
worked at?
Don't wouldn't it be
Oh, wait,
cool if she worked
who's
if she worked at a very flashy, high stakes boiler room and was making phone calls all day? And she's like
No.
chomping on a
cool.
cigar. And like Al Pacino's her boss and Matthew McConaughey's there.
That'd be cool.
And the camera's
No.
like pushing in. There's just like lots of talking.
I thought it'd be cooler if instead of a doll factory, it was a fleshlight factory.
Oh yeah. She's painting
That
the
they
pussy.
putting eyelashes on.
Yeah.
Just putting the flashlight on the air compressor and blowing it up and like
And there's a Japanese man who like owns the factory.
Just chain smoking up in a
Yeah.
We gotta get
glass
these
room
flashlights out.
office. What was that?
We gotta get these flashlights out.
I learned
That's
some
an
Stressed about
accent?
the delivery of the flashlights.
I learned some really
my
dumb
Japanese
trivia about another movie with a factory. Remember that movie Christmas Evil where they worked at the toy factory?
Yeah.
Mhm. We did that.
The producer of the movie, his family owns a toy manufacturing company. So that was their factory. And he just put it in the movie.
On the same, it's the same
Cool.
set.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
This is about a movie that, I mean, interesting.
Wow, what a deep cut.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
What if the owner of the doll factory produced Bubble and was just like, come on, you need more shots of my dolls. Come on.
Probably.
Add in more doll shots. It's
You
gonna
want to
be
make a
good
movie,
for my
you got to show the
business.
dolls.
No dolly.
playing
We
on-
don't have any dollies. No dolls.
He's gonna move a lot of product with this thing. A lot of people are. I left this movie being like, I gotta get a doll. I gotta
if
go out and
Rodney-
buy a doll immediately.
Yeah,
What if,
why is
like-
there such a high demand for dolls in this town?
I was gonna say, like, what if well, I mean, it's a national doll factory.
No,
But,
no,
like-
there's
No,
no
what the heck?
exporting.
This is a
It's only
local-
for the town.
What if
Heck,
you
there's
know,
like 300 people. Everybody's got to have dolls after
the
about a month.
owner of the doll factory was a cool, flashy character like Rodney Dangerfield or like Steve Harvey or
Oh,
A Japanese
that'd be a good one.
Adam Dewey or William, you're the impressionist. Oh, Japanese Rodney Dangerfield running the doll shop.
The big.
I don't get no respect.
That was really good. He pimped you out and you rose to the challenge.
This is unhonorable. I get no respect.
No respect.
It's the same character as Rodney
That was
Dangerfield.
very good.
Rodney's just a Japanese dude.
Something
But he was
else-
very flashy and he wore and he
Sure.
was funny and had like cool parties.
That'd be awesome.
We just need one I mean, this is so bleak.
pool party.
It's like an Eastern European just horrible existence. I mean, there is no color, there is no one is having fun. No one is
Yeah,
the
it's a
guy goes
poor,
on a
dying
date,
town.
he's robbed. It's just like
That's the life
That's
for
a-
the
tho-
average
there's
American.
so many
William.
there's so many towns like that
Not
in
one of these.
Iowa.
Not one of these
in
rich
Nebraska.
Southern Californian motherfuckers like you guys.
Yeah, you guys got
fucking,
trolleys. Oh, I'm born in San
fucking-
Francisco. I got a fucking trolley.
we
yeah,
got
you
a
little
lot of
trolley
drug
boy.
addicts, we got a lot of scammers, we got a
No,
lot of
San
crazy
Francisco's
shit.
San Francisco is the cleanest, most bougiest place in the country. Easy. Second cleanest and most beautiful place, Florida.
Like
Very true.
Third,
Like
the
Harmony
White
Korine.
House.
look at Spring
Wow.
Breakers, okay? Like or Gummo. They're having fun in Gummo. They're living life.
Honestly, I feel like it is Kyle's fault. Kyle's life. Kyle doesn't know how to.
Articulate.
He's sick. He has social anxiety.
He has a disease called anxiety.
Well, get over
But-
it. There's like two people you talk to.
Look at Gummo. They're living life, killing cats, riding on bikes, having sex with retarded girls for money, or paying money to have sex with a retarded girl.
Yeah,
It's Down syndrome.
they're living their best life.
They're listening to cool music, dancing, having fun.
I mean, I think you just wish that.
Can we have one little bit of fun in this movie? One.
Kyle? There's no scene of Kyle smoking weed. He just says that he smokes weed. There's no scene of him
No,
playing
he
Grand
smokes
Theft Auto
weed.
San Andreas.
Yeah, he smokes.
He just. I know
They
he
don't
smokes.
show him. You're right.
No, I know
Yeah.
he smokes, but I'm saying he doesn't. He's not smoking in the. Do you think he's high at work? You're saying?
Yeah, he's supposed to be, but that doesn't
I mean,
show him.
that's pretty fun.
He's got bags under his eyes, but it's clearly makeup.
That's funny that actually that Martha, this church lady, is talking to a guy who's just completely high and is just like, okay,
All
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Alright.
good movie.
dude, that's so. Did you have something else this movie gets or like nails is that whole thing of when you're working a shitty job, that has like break rooms and stuff like that.
Yes,
Where you have to like
that's
take
exactly it.
you take meal breaks with people and
That's
you have
what
to
you
sit and
look
talk with these people for
Yeah, and
like
you look forward to it
every
because it's
day.
time to eat, but then you sit down and they're like, I want to go to Bermuda. I want to go to that's what like yeah.
Yeah, and you're
And
just
you
drunk as
smoke,
hell and you're just like,
smoke
damn,
cigarettes.
I hate my life.
I mean,
So who
I
were
was
the
always a kid when I worked those jobs,
what
like
were the
17.
did you guys have any people that you had to talk to
Oh
at
yeah.
breaks all the time?
Yeah.
Like,
McDonald's.
I
I worked
usually
with a
enjoyed it.
guy. I worked with a guy who he there were him and this other guy were joking. They're like, "Oh, dude, Will, you don't remember, but there was this 14-year-old girl that worked here, and she wanted a 6-pack of beer. So the guy was like, yeah, I bought her a 6-pack of beer, and then I fucked her in my car, and they were like laughing about it.
14-year-old, you said?
Yeah, and the guy was like 31, and we're just like all smoking cigarettes, and they're telling me this story. It's like,
That's
and he
awesome.
was like, it only cost me a 6-pack of beer.
And you, how old are you?
15.
Okay. You're like, that's almost
So
like it's a little like scary. So
there's like,
you're 15.
or people I would work with at McDonald's would just like disappear because INS would get them. People would get arrested. It's very McDonald's was the most dramatic, out of control workplace I've ever experienced. It is the ultimate like car crash of humanity. I saw one guy tried to drive in the drive-through the wrong direction. Then he
Sure.
pulled out and then went in the proper direction. And then he sat in his car and was smoking a joint, eating his McDonald's. And then two 14-year-old kids who were bored were sitting by the payphone. So for fun, they thought it'd be funny to call the cops on him. So the cops came, searched him, and they pulled out basically a pound of weed from his truck. So that guy got like years of prison time.
Those kids got that guy into jail for like 20 years or something.
I don't know, pretty long. Maybe he got probation or something or early release, but shit like that happened. One time at McDonald's, the water main in the back broke and there was just like water was just spraying like a fire hose. And I went back there because I heard the noise. So I went back there and I saw like 5 Mexican guys with McDonald's trays holding them up like shields, pressing towards the fire hose, try to like stop the geyser of water.
That's like United 93.
Yeah.
They're charging the cockpit.
It was just crazy shit. And then I worked at Target, and Target had very nerdy people who worked there. And there was this one guy who was pale, skinny, maybe the grossest looking emaciated person I've ever seen.
Wait, you said you worked at Target?
I feel like you've talked about this guy before.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, I heard I heard they had real nerdy people that worked there. That makes sense.
Ryan.
So this guy, he said he would go to McDonald's on like 29-cent cheeseburger day or whatever, and then he would fill his freezer with McDonald's cheeseburgers, and then he would microwave them and watch WWE.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Can we acknowledge
and you know me, I am
you two sunk up there for a minute?
And I am a giant snob, especially in high school, and I just was so disgusted by this person.
That's a life, man.
Dude. What are you talking about? He's figured out life, his own, like what makes him happy, and
I worked at a retirement home, and some dude
that.
covered himself in poop, and then some, not an employee though, but we gave him a job after that.
You're like, damn, this guy's got gumption. I remember. You guys got all these specific stories.
He covered himself in poop, and then he smashed his resume against his sternum. And just ran into the building.
And it was stuck on him, so you saw the resume. You're like, that's a pretty good resume, honestly. I'm going to look past the poop. It's such a good resume.
You grabbed my attention. Come on out. Come into my office. He was butt naked, covered in poop. Sat down in the boss's office. I saw it through the glass window. Poop everywhere.
When I was like 16, I worked at like a place called iParty. It's kind of like Party City. And I remember the two women who were managers, like the manager and the assistant manager. They're both like 40 or 50-year-old alcoholics. I remember just being like incredibly creeped out
Turned
by
on.
them at all like constantly. And but these are the people that you have to like that you have these meal breaks with, that you sit and like you're like, so how's our things? You know?
Is that your small talk? Is that how you small talk?
Yeah. Oh, that's how they're small
I'm
talking with me.
dying of alcoholism.
No, they were having a great time.
How are you doing today? Have you tried meditating? My liver hurts.
You
Oh,
should try toe shoes.
yeah. Have you tried toe shoes?
I
I
have.
don't have any
Ryan,
toes because of
hold on a second.
diabetes.
Right? What number fruit roll up is this?
I don't have any toes from diabetes.
This is a different colored fruit roll up that Ryan's eating from the one he was eating like 5 minutes ago. Dude.
It's fruit by the foot, you fucking idiot.
I'll answer. I'll answer.
What's a
in
fruit roll
feet.
up? I'm not.
I'll answer in feet. 62
ate-
feet.
You've ate your height in fruit by the foot. Wait, what's the difference? What's a fruit roll up? But that's not the same thing.
One
Fruit
rolls
roll-up is a
up
sheet.
and run is one's a measuring tape and
sheet.
one's like a piece of paper, sheet of paper. And that's my
So fucking
17th
stupid.
I've had.
Fucking idiot.
It's so delicious, dude. It's made with real fruit.
Piece of
You
shit.
don't know what fruit by the foot is? You're stupid. You're stupid.
Oh, I bet you know a fruit by the toe foot.
Piece of shit.
Now you're talking.
Fruit
Condescending
by the toe shoe
asshole.
foot.
I'm sorry you had to work with those alcoholic ladies.
No, they were pretty nice. I feel like one of them was definitely perving on me, but
Oh, I
was
always
a piece of ass back then.
What do you mean back then?
Thanks, man.
Yeah, bend over and show us.
I mean, what do you
Show us
mean
your
back
goatee.
then? I don't think you ever been a piece of ass.
Come on.
I was
Got
a
you.
piece of ass back in my day.
Fruit
My
roll-ups are
dad
the same
used to
thing, you
sell me-
fuckheads. Fruit roll-ups.
Adam's the Down syndrome kid in Gummo.
That's for sure. In his bathtub eating his fucking spaghetti.
No,
This
the
kid's
one
not
getting turned out.
fascinated.
The one getting.
You trying to tell me a fruit roll up is the same thing as fruit by the foot? Shut the
I don't
fuck
know.
up.
I'm getting confused by
It
the
is.
packaging.
It is the same. They're both made
packaging
out of
is-
real fruit.
That's for sure.
You're basically eating fruit.
Don't forget about
Yeah,
fruit
just
leather.
with sugar. Fruit leather is actually really good.
Hey, dried fruit basically is
No,
fruit.
get the
just so you
fuck
know.
out of town.
So what did we learn? What's the lesson? I say fuck Martha. Go with Martha. Go with the lady who's got your back.
I'd say
you
figure
like
out how to move out of town.
Dude.
Just get in your
Move.
car and drive. Not a
No,
bad
he didn't
plan.
have a
No.
car. He was saving up for a car.
He's saving
But he
up
was
for a
like,
car. He's working two jobs.
but he was
His life
obviously
sucks.
21 at least. So like, I don't know.
I would hobo, honestly.
Figure it out.
Train
quicker.
hop. But I think the lesson of this is if you have an awesome work friend who's really cool, don't get greedy and want a girlfriend too. Like you have one special relationship in your life.
A
that's
work
really
wife
great.
is a real wife.
Yeah, exactly.
True that. Respect your work wife.
Respect
I had a
your
work
work
wife
wife.
when I was at iParty.
Yeah, dude. Well,
I fail
Yeah,
like
what
I
was his name?
Damn, you got me, dude.
I party.
iParty, baby. It
I
was
wish
like
you
a
worked at
lowercase I
suicide.
party.
damn.
Really? Do you really mean that?
No,
That'd be
that's
a
not
cool
a store,
store.
Adam.
That'd be a cool store.
It would be cool. Euthanasia for humans.
We got guns. We got ropes. We got tall ladders. You can
That would be
climb up
cool.
a building and jump off. We got it all at iSuicide. But we
There's
won't
a
pull the
spy
trigger.
You know, like that'd be kind of, you know how like there's that spy store in LA. Do you ever go there?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking
No.
about?
Yeah.
Sounds like
You
is it
do?
like the Halloween store in Burbank?
No, this
Adam,
is legit.
you're not supposed to talk about that place.
Spy shop.
Damn.
There's lots of spy stores. These are
Blew up the
completely
spot.
stupid.
Fucked up.
Mall
Sorry, other
stores.
spot. I'm sorry, other
Adam loves
spies.
Adam loves them though. He goes in
Sorry.
with binoculars and stuff.
My apologies to the other spies, the spy community. Blew
You're
up
like
our
a
spot.
magician.
I know.
A magician telling the trick secrets.
I'm a free agent spy. I don't have any sort of affiliation, but
Why does it?
I don't
enjoy.
even know what I'm spying on.
Yeah.
I'm just watching.
You know about a spy shop and a mall and like a mini mall?
Yeah.
That'd be a good third beat for something you're doing,
It'd be a PI.
right?
Hey, why don't you be a little bit more of a spy right now, buddy? You know what I'm saying? Classify.
No.
Classify.
Top secret.
I redact everything I said.
I'm gonna make a movie about a guy who works at the spy store.
That's a cool idea. I'd watch it. Me and the other spies would check it out.
There's a bunch of these spy stores. There's one in
I think we
Miami.
could scope that out.
There's one in Utah. With the Utah one is full of like shitty Japanese swords behind the counter, and then there's like a glass case in front with like, stupid ass spy equipment that you buy from China. There's I
Not
knew a
stupid.
woman. Here's a crazy story. This woman, she was at a party and her friends always like, come on over. I got a swimming pool. Like, let's all hang out. Like, come over, yada, yada, yada. Very nice guy. They went to college with him. So she's in the bathroom and she notices there's a weird iPhone charging plug in the wall, in the socket. And she takes a look at it and it's longer than normal. And it looks like there's a camera in the front and there's an SD card on the side.
Is this
And
real?
if you go and you could go on Amazon, you could see them. There's like people sell like mini cameras that you plug into like a power socket.
Oh yeah.
This guy sounds like a good spy.
So yeah, she took the SD card, went home and looked at it, and it was just all women in this dude's bathroom, undressing, putting on bikinis, putting on swimsuits, going into this to go to the swimming pool. And there's also footage of the guy like making sure the camera looks good and stuff.
Testing
You're
it
gonna
out.
want to delete those clips if you're
He
planning on doing any spying.
You do some editing.
but she
Just for the record, I was not talking about this kind of spying earlier.
this
It's
is
more
what they
like
sell at the spy
espionage.
shop.
That's what it sounded like.
James Bond, Mission Impossible. These are the kind of spies that I am like.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
doing
like
that.
this other spy. This is not my kind of spy. The spy community disowns these guys.
What kind of spy? These are better spies than real spy. Real spies are worse.
How so? What do you
What do you think a spy does? You think that James Bond looking cool driving a car?
Yes.
Playing cards.
No, they
sipping a
like
martini.
they take incriminating photos and blackmail people
Maybe that's what this guy was doing.
like Epstein. He was having his own little Epstein parties.
Ooh, Epstein was a good spy.
So here's my tip. If you want to do this, you can, but be warned, it's very illegal and you'll go to prison. And if you're a lady or a guy out there and you see one of these weird little camera things, watch out because your buddy is a spy.
You could say he's a spy.
I'm pretty sure I'd categorize that as somebody that might be a spy.
Kind of James Bond like.
Bum, 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 bum.
He's a spy. He's a spy.
The guy
He's
putting in a toilet cam.
Yeah,
A
that's
spy.
what Tom Cruise should be doing. Just furiously masturbating to Ving Rhames taking a shit.
That's the real story that you don't see in the Mission Impossible movies. Just Tom Cruise is just doing it all for that toilet cam footage of Ving Rhames.
He's like hung from the ceiling, just with his masturbating.
He has to dodge the bidet.
Yes.
It accidentally goes off, so he has to that's his audible. He has to call his get out of the spray.
No, Ving Rhames is helping him. He's like, "Oh, Ethan, I don't know about this one." Oh boy.
And the poop he sees on the camera is
Hey,
the guy that died,
do
Philip
Ving
Seymour
Rhames.
Hoffman.
Do Japanese Ving Rhames, William.
Oh, Ethan,
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
That's really good. You nailed it again.
And then what's his face? Who's the
Oh,
British
that guy.
guy?
Simon Pegg.
I'm looking. He's
Pierce
like
Bronson.
furiously typing on a laptop.
Wait, Japanese.
He's furiously typing on a laptop. Well, I gotta do the first English one. He's furiously typing. He's like, "Oh, Ethan, I don't know about this one."
Oh yeah, while he's doing the toilet.
Borat.
And on the laptop, it's just a 3D model of a toilet with a big turd that can't be flushed.
Coming out of a poo poo butthole.
I feel like
Picture
if you
that.
put in
Adam.
a toilet cam, trying to see the ladies' privates, you can also see something. You might be a little surprised by what the other thing that you see.
What?
You might be like, "Hey, all right, time to look at some privates." Wait, whoa, hold on a second. Oh my
What?
god,
What do you mean?
it's fucking
A woman taking a big shit.
yeah.
Yeah, they do
Disgusting.
that.
I think they're into that.
And then they say, "Oh, what was I thinking?
What?
Oh, I thought I was just going to see privates." They call them
You
privates.
think that?
I was
No,
hoping I would
they're in
see
it for
privates,
for
but
that.
I didn't. I don't like what I'm seeing right now. Oh, Ethan, I don't know about this.
Just something to keep in mind if you're planning on doing a toilet cam.
Also,
You're gonna
make
see.
sure you
You're gonna
get
not
make
just see
sure it's a
privates.
waterproof cam. Trust me, I made
Like
that
the
mistake.
the guy is just like puts his hidden camera in his bathroom for the pool party, and then he's like looking at the footage, and it's just like me wiping my ass like endlessly. It's like,
Be like,
ah,
"God damn this! What is this guy going to be done wiping?"
Having a mental breakdown in the mirror about it. How am I gonna fucking be able to go to any more parties if I continue? You're
that
just
clog.
leaking.
Your
He's like
butthole's
fast
getting more
forward.
and
He's
more
fast
red.
forwarding, trying to get past it.
You're just
And
wiping.
it says card full. Replace
Full.
card.
It's like you search it. You just frantically searching all the cupboards for more toilet paper.
Yeah, yeah. You use the
Wiping my
a
ass
hand
on his
towel.
towel. Yeah, throw it out the car. Throw it out the window.
Dude.
Uh,
So what's our ratings?
what do we do out of 5?
Is it out of 5? You're
Like
saying?
probably like a 2.5.
Well, where I ended in like you did your girlfriend you watched this with your girlfriend then?
Yeah, it was just slow. I probably won't watch it again. It was
Hey,
beautiful.
I would say that date, that's a very realistic date when you're that age.
What age?
Go out and
22?
like get drinks or whatever, and then you go back and your mom is on the couch and you're like, fuck, and you go to you'd be
No,
like, I
that
guess we
was
could go to
that
that
you
room.
live.
You'd be
Did
like,
you
want
live
to
on
smoke
your?
weed.
Did you live with your mom when you were 21?
You live with your mom when you were
They
a
were-
kid, you fucking loser.
No. I was like Frankie Muniz. I was
You forget you had a head injury.
yeah.
Ryan, you lived with your parents pretty recently.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
of quarantine
You brought
for
it up,
9
by the way.
months at 31.
Ryan brought
And
was
you
But I
trying to
refused to go
roast
on any
me.
and you wouldn't go on any dates.
You refused.
Yeah, because that's weird.
Can't believe you have a girlfriend now. Also, you guys pretty
She's
much
real,
live
man.
together, it feels like.
3.5
Yeah.
stars for me. It's very good. I just wish there was one charismatic person in this movie or one conversation that wasn't like, I'm poor, I don't have any money, I'm
Yeah,
sad.
it's just boring. Like that's what it's like in towns like that, though.
Juice it up a little bit. Give us a little pizzazz.
The one kid that wants to get out of town. I think so. I think Rose was supposed to be that pizzazz.
She was supposed to be, but it's
And
like
it was
Gummo.
such a poor
Give me a little extra.
A little mischief.
You know, this is one of the widest ranges of ratings that we've had on this show, I feel like, because I'm going to give this movie for what it is, like for what it's trying to do and what it the like product, like the result of like this weird alchemy of like non actors and this weird simple story and stuff combined with this like really good direction and everything.
All right.
I liked the simple story. I obviously missed, okay, I guess some things. So I was very, feel
What
like
do
I
you
missed
give it?
some
What's
stuff.
your goddamn rating?
I would give this movie a 4.5.
You didn't even understand half of it.
No, I did. I thought I did. Movie I thought I understood, 4.5 stars. But I just like, I don't know, it has like a weirdness for
You
like
just like the
the thesis
style.
statement or the mission of this movie. Comparing, it's like that's what I was saying, like comparing it to like other, even though this movie's $1 million movie for some stupid reason, I guess like a money laundering thing. Like this is like a movie that could be made for nothing, but it's like done by a master. It's just a very fascinating artifact, kind of, I feel like, from that era, especially. It's like Steven Soderbergh came in and like did like when no budget movies started being a thing, he came in and like was like, this is how you do it, motherfuckers. You know what I
But
mean?
he had a budget.
Yeah. That's the thing.
It's
That's the one
interesting.
thing.
I think you could have. It's like that movie Compliance, which I think this movie did influence. The one about the people at the fast food restaurant and then the woman getting like molested in the back room.
Yeah, that woman
Like,
was in my second movie.
yes, but the
Remo
redheaded
Walker.
woman, the redheaded woman in that movie
Shout out
reminded me
Dreamer.
of Martha so much. And like, I think that movie, it has Bill Camp. You know, it has these character actors. It's like, I think
I
this
don't think it
movie,
would be as interesting. It's like too simple of a story. I think like there's something weird about the weirdness of these non-actors.
I'm sorry I didn't interrupt you.
I got your point.
You love to interrupt me. I'm trying to tell
Speaking
my
of simple
spiel.
stories, this is a fucking simple story right here from William.
Adam, let me
know
cut
me,
you off
Ryan?
on that to let
Thank
you
you.
know, William, that I need to cut
Hey.
you off on that too.
I'm just
So
kidding, man.
go
Say
on, Adam.
finish saying what you're finish talking, Ryan.
Let's get good
Okay.
actors next time, Steven Soderbergh. You're better
So
than this.
what I was gonna say is let's get worse actors.
I like this idea.
No actors.
Ooh,
Just
Cats.
shots of hey. That sounds like
If
a lot
this
of fun.
movie was recast with cats,
Do it like a puppy bowl kind of thing.
yeah, we need more movies about animals and animal dynamics. You could do a love triangle with animals, no problem.
Homeward Bound.
But they fuck.
Homeward Bound. You ain't watching it right if you don't see that scene.
Milo and Otis with a little more sex.
Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace fucks Gromit.
Cracking toast,
yeah.
Gromit.
That's one of the ways.
And he's wearing those mechanical pants, just fucking him real hard, and the
No,
dog's
Gromit would
scared.
fuck.
And
Gromit
and
fucks Wallace.
And we're talking about it, and Adam's like, "Oh, I didn't know that they were fucking." And it's like, "Well, that was just right in front of you."
I thought she just really liked this guy that she robbed.
Yeah, I guess I misread it. 4.5 stars.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say nothing, Adam.
Hey, why do you think
you look like a Greco-Roman wrestler right now?
Dude, thanks, man.
No, I mean just your costume.
It's not a costume. I'm wearing a tank top.
Oh, that was for a bit.
I'm in.
You had a
shed.
question. You had a question, Adam.
Oh,
what did
do
I
you
think?
Oh, I just want to say I like her shirt when she's getting interrogated, when she like basically takes herself to jail and she's wearing like one of those denim
Oh,
shirts with
yeah.
like the macrame shit on it. But what do you think she's seeing at the end when the light stuff happens to her in the jail cell?
Nothing.
Well,
And she says, "Oh my God," or,
she thinks
"Oh God,"
Kyle's
or
on his side.
she's remembering what happened. There was a weird deleted scene in this movie where she got a brain scan and it turned out she had a brain tumor, and she's like, that's what her weird blackout visions are. but they deleted that scene because the audiences apparently hated it.
Yeah, that's a little too soap opera-y.
But it seems like she's just sort of having these weird out of body experiences, and maybe that's when she killed the girl and doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's like a blackout thing.
And she's like, I would not do that.
The vision that she has in church, it like happened before she killed Rose, and then it happened again in jail when she has some like epiphany.
The ending is very good with her in the jail cell and then seeing the blue light. Her face is really like he really does pull something out of her in that moment, and the expression on her face is very emotional. Martha is the best actress in this movie. The best actor total.
I think so.
She should have been in Ocean's.
Then the detective.
The detective is, and he only gets second place because he's only in the last quarter of it.
Martha carries the movie.
Maybe the detective, if the detective would have been in it the whole time, but Martha is the main character, the lead, right?
Soderbergh is so good with actors. I mean, Traffic has such good acting. Aaron Brockovich. I mean, he's so good with actors.
I haven't seen Aaron Brockovich.
Ooh, that's
she is sassy. She is a sassy lady. We should watch that. Is she a Florida mom? Seems like it. Or is she from like LA? I can't remember. I would watch that movie, but it's kind of dumb. Has good acting.
Yeah, it was like a blockbuster of its time.
It's just your standard,
Julia
sticking it to the man. I'm a small town girl.
It's kind of illegal. It's kind of like a legal thriller of that mid.
Yeah, but
that,
the thing where it's like
genre.
Hey, she's chewing bubble gum and she kind of dresses like a whore and she's going to the law offices and getting results. What?
Soderbergh does that kind of stuff. He dips in that sometimes.
She should be a fish out of water.
What's that Logan Lucky movie? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I never watched that. That looked lame.
Well, written by his wife. It's really bad.
Magic Mike.
Some people like that.
Magic Mike movies.
He did Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Magic Mike is great.
That's from my hometown, baby.
Oh, never mind.
Is that sister a good actress? Whatever happened to her in Magic Mike?
Oh, that chick was the daughter of like the CEO of NBC or something.
It's kind of attractive.
Just hey, nepotism. What are you gonna do?
Isn't like Diamond Dallas Page in that or something?
No, Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
Is in all the Magic Mike movies.
McConaughey's really good in it.
Of course. Magic Mike is great. Magic Mike XXL,
The second one is good too. Yeah.
The second one's good. And
with Channing Tatum?
Isn't
he in both?
Yeah, like my wife and all her girlfriends, they all love that movie. And they I remember Barb and them would
they got me into it.
Yeah, they'd take they go to like a screening and they brought like wine and stuff and we're passing it around being like, let's party and everything. And they tried to do that for the third one. And I guess the third one's really boring and bad and shit. And
Salma Hayek.
And then they went, and it's very funny to picture them sitting there ready to be like, whoa, with like wine and sitting also there like stone faced.
And that's like what I was saying with like this movie being the reinvention, because so much of how he shot Bubble is how he shoots Magic Mike, how he shoots everything after it. He uses these weird naturalistic colors, these weird like gross lights.
Also, it might be his own cinematography thing too, because he said his own cinematographer on this.
Everything after this movie is like
maybe that's why
he'll never shoot on film again. He'll never make like a lush movie like Ocean's 11 or Traffic. It's just like he's doing these weird, cold, digital looking movies, and some are audience pleasers like Magic Mike. Some are cold experiments, but
girlfriend experience.
I mean, that's how you learn. Like you can't keep doing the same thing over and over without changing a little bit.
The girlfriend experience.
Yeah, it's like
I think it's cool.
Seen it.
It's the same process. It's the same kind of budget and deal as this one. Same producers. He was supposed to make 6 of them, of these like movies with non-actors.
But how many did he make?
Yeah, it's probably a nightmare to work with.
2,
they don't know
and then the Spalding Gray documentary falls under the same production deal, but Look, I think it must have been frustrating for him. Like I was watching scenes in this movie where Kyle is mispronouncing words and just
He
it's like
sucked, dude.
what did
He's just
Soderbergh think
mumbling.
on set?
He
Like
was like
good
actually
take,
high.
nailed it. Good
Maybe
take.
maybe Soderbergh was kind of like
It
Martha
worked though.
for this Kyle. Maybe Kyle's just incredibly magnetic in person, and even
And he's
Soderbergh
just doing
was
a good acting.
Soderbergh was like, I want to fuck this kid,
What?
just like Martha.
Just like
Maybe.
Rose.
It's a hell of a theory.
Fell under his spell, just like
It's
Martha.
happened on many a movie set in our time.
No.
That's my theory.
But you know.
Hey Ryan,
So we have one more movie for this month, 2000s.
what is it?
Well,
just tell us what we have to watch for this.
what should we do? We could do so many things.
Ryan just saw Old Boy. Maybe we should just watch Old Boy. All right, what do you give Old Boy, Ryan?
Did we already do Old Boy?
What do you give Old Boy?
Old Boy's a 5, dude.
Probably about 7 out of 5.
Hell yeah.
It's really good.
I give it a star each time I've seen it.
Okay.
Well, we can watch an art film or we can watch something stupid like Speed Racer.
Why don't you give us 2 options?
Speed Racer or Dogtooth?
I think you should just pick. I need to go.
Adam, you pick.
I haven't seen either of those. So
What is Dogtooth? I haven't either.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
What was the first one?
Speed Racer.
With what's his butt?
Emil Hirsch.
Oof.
It's The Matrix. The Wachowskis made it.
Yeah, I
Matrix.
remember that. But didn't that guy choke out some broad?
Hell yeah.
Let's do Speed Racer.
In that case,
we need a
let's do Speed Racer.
We need a fun movie.
Speed Racer.
Very digital. Very crazy. Just like Bubble. It's all
very
about digital
digi.
filmmaking in the 2000s. Okay, it's like ones and zeros, pixels.
The
film.
Matrix in 1999. The Matrix warned us: don't go into the pixels.
Too
Matrix
late.
told
But
us.
we didn't listen.
Adam, you look like you're in the Matrix right now, or
look like
you're
you're in
out of the
Inland-
Matrix.
Dude,
Adam looks like he's in Inland Empire. He's about to be
We are-
killed by
What
Laura
is
Dern.
this little reflection is starting to creep me out. There's like a little dot reflecting. Wait, is that on my
Yeah, it's
screen?
in front of your mic, you dingus.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Well, next week, Speed
You're
Racer.
like a cat that can't find the water.
Dude, it's dark in here.
Where do you reflect? I like how you go behind the reflection.
Adam's in a J horror film. It's like The Ring. He's in the tape from The Ring.
That's what it looks like.
Thinking about like having to make clips for TikTok or whatever. And I'm just like, I gotta get something going on with this shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Start with a light.
Okay. This is the sole light besides my computer.
It's a
screen.
bug zap.
Yeah, it looks weird. LED light.
It's a little
Bug
lantern.
zapper.
Oh, tight. Rechargeable.
Oh yeah. All right, let's all go
right.
make love to our women.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, we have to make a pact right now. We all yell our names at the same time.
Yell
11,
like I yell
45.
Ryan and William
Yeah, and I yell Adam, and
at the moment of climax.
we have to do it all at the same time. So let's pick a time.
And then what happens? Light shoots out of our mouths and there creates a triangulation in the country, and there's like a
That's some spy shit, dude.
Yeah,
Now you're talking like a real spy.
and then the true apocalypse, the true rapture happens.
a hole to hell opens.
If we can time our orgasms right now, tonight.
Give me
We
a
might-
time.
we might
I
call
can
the
do it
apocalypse.
anyway. If you said 1 second, done.
You said
Give me say 1 second.
1 second.
Done.
Damn, dude. should be on America's Got Talent.
I tried. They keep sending my audition tapes to the cops.
Howie, what's his fucking name? Howie Mandel and Simon Cowell are like, ugh. They're like, what?
They go 3 minutes. They go,
Yeah.
I go, give me a time. I get on to the second stage and they go, or the second round, and they go, give me a time. And they go 3 minutes, 22 seconds. And I just stand there while the countdown goes. And then at 3:22, bust.
You should.
Tiny bubbles and wine make me happy, make me feel fine. Tiny bubbles make me warm all over with a feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. So here's to the golden moon, and here's to the silver sea, and mostly here's a toast to you and me. Tiny bubbles and the wine make me happy, make me feel fine, make me feel